Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Unpredicted Party, the only Middle-earth TTRPG that will answer the question, why didn't they just take the Eagles to Mordor? And we are one step closer to answering that question. I am your humble lore master, Don Marshall. To my right or left, I don't know where they are these days, are my internet friends. Say hi, internet friends.
Hello.
Hello.
So we are going to go ahead and get started with some announcements first. Number one, we want to thank our incredible sponsor, Free League Publishing. This stream would not be possible without them. They graciously sent us advanced copies of their TTRPG, which as we are recording this, it came out yesterday, and we are so excited that other people can get their hands on it. So go to freeleaguepublishing.com if you would like to order your own copy of The One Ring, whether it is the bundle, the starter set, the core rulebook, the dice, the maps, just go to freeleaguepublishing.com today. We also are very excited to announce, as we did last week, we finally got merchandise. So the merchandise is up in the store right now and probably has been for a few weeks by the time you are watching this. So hope you've enjoyed. If you haven't gotten yours, donmarshall72merch.com. All of the proceeds go to making this stream somewhat better, whether it is hiring artists or booking special guests that very much desire payment for their time. And also keep an eye out for our next merch. I, for one, will welcome our bird overlords, which I'm absolutely going to do given the response that we've gotten so far. At about the 1 hour mark, we will be taking a break. Make sure you're paying attention in chat. There will be a link where you can enter to win a digital copy of The One Ring, which is phenomenal. Hope you all enjoy that. Want to give a very special thank you to a few others. Most of the artwork here is done by the very talented Sarah M. Shunky. She goes by Sarah M. Shunky on Instagram. You can find her there. The battle maps are done by Little Wit the Cartographer. You can find Little Wit on Facebook. We will have one of those maps in just a moment. The music has been lovingly crafted by Cullen Vance. You can stream all of his music on Spotify, Bandcamp, and iTunes. I cannot wait for all of you to hear it because it is going to be amazing. All right. Oh, final thank you to my wife, who goes by Nat20Wife on social media. Honey, she's literally right behind me in the kitchen while I record this, so she can hear everything I say. Honey, thank you. You keep all of these streams together and tell me what ideas are good and bad and when I'm being too overbearing and too hyper, and keep me on track with all of this. So thank you very much.
Thank you, honey.
I love you.
I love you.
Max says thank you, honey, as well.
Thank you, honey.
All right. Without further ado, are we ready to begin?
Yes.
Yes,
Sure.
Let's go. This story so far has featured 3 characters, 2 elves, Halloweth and Tanel, who were traveling to Rivendell from Lothlorien on a mission from Galadriel. On their way, they met the eccentric dwarf Beery. In Rivendell, however, they discovered that the One Ring had been found, and eventually the decision was made to fly the Eagles to Mordor to destroy the ring as quickly as possible. But the fellowship that went on that journey failed. One of the Eagles, Gwaihir the Windlord, was tempted by the ring, killed the entire fellowship, and flew directly into the great eye of Sauron atop Barad-dûr in Mordor, cast aside the spirit of Sauron, and now rules Middle-earth for his very own. Meanwhile, Elrond became possessed because he controls one of the elven rings of power, and Gwaihir was able to take control of that ring since he knows where it is. However, you all managed to save him, and Halloweth cut off his arm. You then accompanied Elrond's 3 children to collect the bodies of the fellowship, but Arwen left early and buried Aragorn before you got there, where you discovered on Aragorn's gravestone that Arwen is pregnant with their child. Her brothers followed her as she fled south for some unknown reason. You took the bodies back to Rivendell. You managed to defeat a zombie version of Gandalf, who also had one of the elven rings of power. Very quickly, Halloweth cut off his arm after some quite martial art moves by Tanel. Nicely done. Meanwhile, when you got back to Rivendell, though, you discovered that Glorfindel, who had essentially taken over for Elrond, was being tempted by the ring. you managed, after a little bit of struggle, to get a hold of that ring. And you now hold 2 of the elven rings on the decrepit, withering hand of Gandalf the Grey. Not dissimilar to a Marvel entity where there's a hand with a bunch of gems on it. You Infinity
Totally
Gauntlet.
fine.
It's totally fine?
Totally
Really?
fine. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Eager as you both may have been to get back to Lothlorien, and Beery eager to see adventure, when Glorfindel asked you to wait to travel back to Lothlorien as you waited for news of the scouts, he asked you to travel to the north, towards, but not necessarily to, Angmar, to seek the Dunedain, the Rangers of the North. And of course, you didn't roll high enough, so you wound up not finding any of these Dunedain. Instead, you decided to do the exact opposite of what Glorfindel told you to do, and went immediately into Carn Dûm, the fortress of Angmar. Inside, you discovered the bones of an ancient ice drake, but you heard footsteps upstairs that caught your attention. As you investigated on the second floor, you discovered a room with a man bound and gagged. Next to that man, 2 people, dark-skinned, blue-robed, trapped inside an enormous crystal. As you took the gag out of the man that had been captured, he looks at you and goes, "Help me free the wizards." Meanwhile, Tinel and Beery, who were still outside in the hallway, turn around to find a man who is not the Witch King of Angmar, but rather a red-cloaked entity known as Mordreth. Said, "I am Mordreth, and you will die." Justin, come on in.
What? What?
Hello. Hi. Hello, beautiful people. Hi.
Hey, this is amazing.
So cool. Hi.
Oh my god, hi.
Hi. I haven't even done anything yet, guys. Chill.
This is a
Guest
big
appearance.
surprise.
This
Oh
is a
my
big
gosh.
moment.
Yeah.
Folks,
Hello,
my
everyone.
God.
Hello.
for those watching at home, this is Justin Jordan. He goes by Freddie's roommate on TikTok. We have been working on this for quite a while. I reached out to Justin
God.
initially. I said, "Hey, do you want to be a part of this?" He said, "Can I be Black Aragorn?" And I said, "Absolutely."
Yes.
Yeah, that's how the conversation went. Pretty easy. Easy sell for me.
My heart's about to explode out of my chest. I'm so happy right now. You really snuck a fast one on us there, buddy.
No. Oh my
We
god.
knew what we were doing. We knew what we were doing.
What
And
could possibly go wrong, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
would you like to find out?
Let's find out.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Tori,
Yay.
Max, I need you both to choose your stances for this battle. Halloweth,
God.
captured man.
Captured man.
Tell me exactly what is happening right now. Halloweth, you break the gag off of this man, and you see that he is just, still, wrapped up, clearly captured for some reason. What are you doing?
I think the immediate question is, as I'm rushing to untie him at the moment because he's clearly sort of in distress and wanting
Quickly,
to help.
please. Yes.
Okay. I don't know, even know your name right now. Who are you? How did you get here? Who's coming?
Are my hands still bound?
Your hands are still bound. They are tied behind your back, and your feet are bound, but it's a cloth.
Okay.
I'm currently
gonna-
unwrapping his hands. by the
Okay,
way.
cool. You can walk and talk at the same time.
Yeah,
Do it
yeah.
both.
Okay, I would like to say, give me your sword.
Oh, geez. I
Ow!
just almost instantly. There you go.
I take the sword. Is there any bad guys near?
So there is just the one bad guy outside the door. And because he got the drop on you, Mordreth is going to go use one of his surprise actions
Of course he
to
is.
take his I don't want to necessarily call it a force push, but in the same way that Galadriel kind of banished Sauron into the outside of Barad-dûr, Mordreth is going to take his hand and push you two back into the room. So the 4 of you are stuck in the room, and he is in the doorway. Let me get the battle map up.
Nice.
So much is happening.
Can I say,
I know.
as I quickly unsheath my sword and hand it to him, I take a big step back and draw my bow. I am willing to oblige, but also taking precautions here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right.
Smart. Oh
Oh
no.
boy.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
okay.
Beery, Tanel, you two are
Yes.
pushed back about 10 feet to the front of the tables where
Mhm.
on it sit a number of empty vials, regular potion vials, basically everything. Halloweth, captured man, you are to the right of the crystal. There is a window on the right-hand side of the room, as well as a number of very sharp torture devices. By the way, Justin, we're still on the phone
Jeez.
call. I'm going to go ahead and hang up right now.
That's probably a good idea.
Totally forgot to hang up. To the left is wooden closet. And then across most of the other walls are various shelves that have potions with vials that are both shattered and full of different liquids of different colors. You do not know what they do. So I would like everybody to choose their stances. Where are you all right now?
Oh my god. Well, Tanel's rearward immediately.
Okay.
With my action, would I be able to Beery take out a shield and just hand hammer? Would he be able to rush the door and try to fill the space?
You would be able to do that, but I would need your stance first, or you, just in case.
Oh,
you decide-
defensive.
Yeah. Okay. So defensive. So Beery is defensive.
Oh,
Halloweth.
Well, I'm still right by the sort of very back end of the room, so I
Mhm,
think my bow whips around to the doorway
All
where
right.
this awful presence is. So I'll be in rearward as well.
All right. Excellent. Excellent. And captured man, Justin,
I would like to be in the forward position.
forward position. All right. Excellent.
Nice.
Oh, also, hang on.
No more surprises. My heart can't take.
No. There's one more. There's one more. Justin, apologies. I did not get the chance to include you in this because I didn't know you were going to be part of this episode until after I had submitted the request. We have yet another piece of incredible artwork by Sarah M. Shunky. I would like to present
Excellent.
what the three of you see in front of you.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
Oh!
Oh no. Oh boy.
Dear God.
Easy.
Oh god, no.
Piece of cake. No big deal, guys. Come on. Oh my
No
God.
big deal.
Yeah, we totally got this. We
That's
totally
so
got
good.
this.
Oh, we're
Holy
smelting those plates down. Oh yeah, it's guys, we're dialed.
All right.
Oh my god.
Let's
Holy
begin.
crap! So
Whoa.
menacing.
It
Oh my
is.
God. Okay.
Captured man, Justin, your character. You have the ability to charge forward using your movement. Since you are in the forward position, you get to go first. You are at the far back of the room. The dark-skinned men with the blue robes are stuck in that crystal. And just before you said, "Give me your sword," what you said to Halloweth was, "Help me free the wizards." And that's where we ended the last time. So the choice is yours. What would you like to do right now?
Okay, I'm going to look back at the wizards.
Mhm.
I'm going to look back at this guy who just force pushed us into this room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna take my sword. I'm like, my turn. I'm gonna take the table that's in front of us. I'm gonna push it all the way so he's pinned against the door.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, go ahead and give me an athletics check to see if you are able to push this with as much strength as you possibly can.
Come on,
Okay.
Justin.
D12, then that's 2 dots on athletics.
Yes, so you're going to roll 1d12 and 2d6 to try and hit that target number.
That is a 12 and a 1 and a 2.
Did you roll the Gandalf G rune?
Oh, the die?
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't have the special dice. Did you roll a 12?
I rolled a 12, a 1, and a 2.
Wow.
Yo.
Okay, so you don't have the dice, so I need to explain this to you.
Oh, no.
When we were given the dice by Free League Publishing, the 12 is actually the Gandalf G rune.
Oh, that's so cute.
focused.
It is also means an instant success. So
Okay.
you grab this table, and it is surprisingly light. Halloweth, or excuse me, Beery and Tanel, quick, jump out of the way. And the table is just, and you, with all of your force, just knock this guy back. And he is actually going to fall back because of the force of the table. And you acted so quickly from what he was originally in, which was the forward position, where he gets an extra d6 to attack, to the open position. So nicely done. So you have a few seconds using your quick reaction. If you would like to say anything to the group, Now's your chance. You have a few seconds to talk. Go for it.
Don't just stand there. Do something. I'm going like, come on, do something.
What do
brings
we
us up-
see? What does this guy look like?
Okay,
Yeah.
so in front of you, why don't I bring up? Hang on.
Yay.
Oh, yay.
So, the three of you look in front of you at this very, very angry man.
Yes.
Bald, full beard.
Yes.
Instead of the sword in the hand, it's an axe, but that was just when we made the character. He is angry. He's got that septum piercing, the boots, and everything he's wearing, even though this is the Hero Forge thing, is ragged, and he has not been treated well. He has been pushed to the side, which brings me to my next point of action. Beery, you are up next because you chose the defensive stance. What are you
Oh
doing?
my goodness. Okay. What the? So right now is it pinned by? Did he get
So
knocked by the table? or is it
what he
pinned?
did, he's not pinned, but he got knocked back enough that it is
Okay.
going to take his next action, which may or may not be after you if you were paying attention, to get back onto the table and come into the room.
Ooh, yeah. Right now, Beery's main goal is to keep this thing from gaining on the people behind him. So he's rushing forward with his shield up and trying to use the pretty much use the surroundings advantageously.
Just like to block the door.
Trying to like block him out, but he, being his height, is kind of like a Dutch door. Like they still have access to his whole upper half. You know, it's just the bottom is slammed shut.
Right. So you've actually got, they were able, so Justin's character was able to block the door, and you are on top of the door, so you are now blocking the
Okay,
full
perfect.
door.
So he's running on top of the table and like blocking it.
All right. Love it.
Okay.
So Tanel, you are now up. You are just sort of out of the way, off to the side on this table. So what are you doing? The door is blocked.
A little rattled by the sudden yelling. She just staring at Justin's character, just takes out a bow and kneels and aims under Beery to start shooting at him. So she'll fire an arrow at him.
Do you take the shot?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because
He's a little spread eagle right now.
yeah. So
we
this
practiced
shot,
this. We practiced this at camp.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna say this shot is taken with disadvantage because
Okay.
there are multiple things blocking your path, and if you roll
That's-
the one, you might accidentally hit a friend.
Right. Okay.
Right in the butt.
All right. So I'm gonna roll my 2d12s first, and then I'll roll the 2d6s
Go
after
for
that.
it. Mm-hmm.
12. A Gandalf rune. I'm serious. I'm so
At
serious.
disadvantage?
You wait. At
Oh,
disadvantage.
fuck, wait!
Ah!
Oh no!
Gotcha.
Oh,
God
there
damn it.
is.
I got
There it
so
is.
excited that I saw like
You wait. It's gonna be an Eye of Sauron now.
no, it was a 9. It was a 9.
Okay.
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay.
Sorry, everybody. I got excited that there was a 12. Okay. Oh, Jesus. 13 total.
Do you hit your target number?
No! I miss it by
No.
1. Oh my god.
You take out the arrow and it manages to pass through Beery's legs, but goes wide of this red-robed man. Halloweth, you are up, standing by the crystal.
Yeah. Can I? What is the? Can I like investigate and see what this crystal is?
Yeah. Give me roll an insight check for me.
That's an Eye of Sauron. So
Oh,
Probably nothing.
yeah. Look, everything in front of you. These are just two dudes chilling in a big crystal, 5 feet apart. Because that's a Vine reference. I'm not
No.
going to continue with that
don't
one.
don't stop it.
No, I won't. Yeah, you have
Um,
no idea.
Okay, cool. Instinct takes hold. He's gonna fire at the crystal.
Okay, so your insight check was actually your action. Would you like to use
Oh,
your
no, you're
prepared?
kidding.
Would you like
Okay,
to use
I'll-
your prepared shot as your?
I use my prepared shot as my next one. Yeah.
All right, go ahead and try and fire. You're trying to hit your target number with
Yep.
disadvantage because it's between Beery's legs.
Yeah, that's another Eye of Sauron already, so that's great.
Wait, are you shooting at the crystal or the dude?
I was at the crystal.
Okay.
Oh, you're shooting at the
yours-
crystal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Not Beery's
Nothing.
jewels, okay,
Yeah, no, I
perfect.
was about to say, Beery, you take
Berry's
4 points of damage
treasures are safe
for now.
Okay.
for now.
All right.
So the bow fires the arrow and binks off as if there is absolutely nothing that can penetrate it. Upon firing this arrow, you get the sense that like this probably isn't gonna work
No.
with what I have with me.
If it just plinks off the
Yeah.
crystal, that's
Yeah.
unlikely. Okay.
We're back to the
Well,
top of the order.
Worth a shot.
Ragged man. Justin, you're up.
Yeah, so the guy's on the ground, right? He's prone.
So he got knocked back, but he did not get knocked down. So he is outside of the room in that little hallway area. And you kind of feel like he's about to jump up on the table and start storming in.
Okay, I jump on the table.
You also jump on the table.
So we just got a table party.
Okay. So you're back behind Beery, who's got his shield raised, just kind of ready to go. Do you take any other action as your secondary action?
I throw my sword at him. I just throw it.
Okay. So
Just beat me in the back. I just
So-
throw it.
because a sword is not a thrown weapon,
Yeah.
and it
I
is
know.
considered a projectile, you're making this with disadvantage. So go ahead and make an attack roll with disadvantage.
Hey, just roll another 12. You got this.
And that is 2 dots, so that's 2d6, right?
2d6 plus the d12, but you're rolling the d12 twice because it's ill-favored.
Okay. That is a 10 and a 9, and for the 2d6s, I got a 5 and a 2. So that does
7 plus 9 is 16, and your target number for strength
12.
is 12.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Throwing sword. Okay.
Beery, you watch from behind you as this sword you hear, ah, and the sword just comes flying behind you, Halloweth's sword. You're like, hang on, I know that sword. That's not your. And Mordreth is gonna go ahead and take 3 points of damage.
Nice.
All right. So, Mordreth, now being in the open position, is going to go ahead and use his main action to jump up on the table. He is then going to use his legendary action to screech. Please hold.
Oh, God.
Beery and Justin. The two of you hear. You have disadvantage on your next attack rolls
Oh, no.
when you fight this guy. He is then going to use his secondary action to jump up on top of the table and make a swipe at you with his arm and use another one of his abilities. And that's 3d6. You watch as faster than any normal human should be able to move. He jumps up onto the table, grabs you by the head, and your vision goes black. As your vision goes black, you're kind of in that sort of like dream world, almost like what you see in Stranger Things, where you can kind of see yourself. And as you turn around, you see Aragorn. And Aragorn says, "You are a failure." You remain in the blackness. Beery, you are up.
I just got chills.
That sucks.
Dude.
Do I get to
Whoa.
respond?
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Shield is up. Seeing Halloweth's sword stuck into its. Where's the sword stuck? Is it stuck or did it just hit?
The sword is stuck in like the shoulder blade, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him. You don't see any blood. You don't see anything.
Much like a chisel or something like that. Beery's gonna call back to Halloweth. Nice shot, and is going to try and strike the actual pommel of it to drive it in with this hammer.
Ooh, I like the ingenuity. I will give you, if you manage to hit your target number, I will give you, you can deal the extra sword damage plus whatever the hammer is. So go ahead and roll.
Okay, so I am swinging with one less d6 because I'm defensive, correct?
You are, yes.
Perfect. And I'm at disadvantage. Or,
You
sorry,
do roll
unfavored.
at disadvantage, yes. So
Okay,
2d12,
damn,
the lesser
okay.
of the two.
Oh no. Wish me luck, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, just shy. Sorry, guys.
Beery, you take this hammer and you thunk, and it hits the body, but it doesn't really seem to affect him all that much, and you've missed the sword.
With my combat task, can I protect companion and try and keep Whatever it just did to my new buddy behind me from ever happening again. So trying to protect him.
Okay, so what remind me what that does again?
Yes. Protect companion is I roll a battle.
Oh, right. Battle is one of your abilities.
Yes. Let me actually.
Yep.
Defensive stance. Sorry.
No, we're good. We're good. Remind me again.
On this test roll, the next attack aimed at the protected player lose 1d. They lose 1d6.
Perfect.
Towards it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So let me roll for battle real quick. Oh, that's a crit.
Oh, okay. You absolutely succeed. You know you're going to be able to protect this new friend who, for some reason, is screaming all of the time. Tanel, you're up.
Okay, I am going to, again, just kind of like move as best as I can to almost like shoot around the two people that are in front of this guy. So I'm going to, again, still rearward, I'm going to take my bow shot.
Go for
and
it.
I'm assuming, is that, he's now on the table, so is that still disadvantage, or would it be?
It's a small enough angle that you don't see too much of him, but if you can shoot above Justin's character's shoulders or underneath the legs, it would still be a disfavored.
Disadvantage, okay, all right. It's same thing, I'm going to roll 2d12 first and then my d6.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, 2 6s, so.
Okay.
Great.
Best of luck then.
Please let me roll high. Okay, hold on. Nope. 12. Target number's 14.
You
God.
bring another arrow and just can't seem to hit it with all of this space that you're working with, and there's not much. Halloweth, you're up.
Is in his armor, is there a clear, I mean, I have obviously very keen sight. Can I see any basically gaps in his helm at all?
So this is more a ring wraith sort of situation where he's wearing the shoulders to cover it and like a basic chest plate, but other than that, it's mostly robes that seem almost ceremonial to you, but it's not quite like he was expecting a battle, like he's not in full armor.
Okay. I'm going to use this action then to... Do I have like a tinder box on me, like a thing to like? I would just like campfire. Okay, I'm going to use the sort of oil for like a lamp or whatever to light things. Then dip the tip of my arrow in that and use my action to light it and basically create a fire arrow.
Yeah.
Okay. So typically, bows will deal. Hang on. Great axe. Where's the bow? Bows will typically deal 3 damage, but if this is fire, I will allow you to roll 1d6 if you successfully hit for extra fire damage. Go ahead.
Ooh. Okay.
You got to hit though, and your rolling is ill-favored because you're still blocking the door.
Okay. Is that a 1 or is that a 7? It must be a 7 because the 1 is the eye of Sauron. Okay.
Come on, Halloweth.
I do indeed hit my target number.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So the bow sends the arrow forward through Beery's legs. Beery, you feel the wind of this, and you also notice there's some fire underneath that thing. Halloweth, roll me. Actually, you know what? I'll roll a 1d6 just to see how much damage he takes. That is a 4. Okay, so he takes 7 damage. Okay, so nice. You, Ragged Man Justin and Beery, you watch as an arrow sinks into this being's shin, and the robes catch on fire and they start to catch. So he's going to take 1d6 damage of fire per turn unless he puts it out.
Yes.
Now, we are back to the top of the order. Justin, you're up.
Okay, so what is on the table?
On the table, let me bring it up. So on the table, in front of you, you see most of the vials that were on. You picked the right one, I think you said. So that right table had a bunch of vials on it that were filled with liquid, as well as a bunch of what seemed to be like jagged shaped objects that could potentially be some sort of like device used to carve or cut, but it's kind of unclear. This is a weaponry you've not really been used to seeing before.
Okay, and the guy is standing up?
He is on the table with you.
And who is after me?
He is.
Which one of my allies is after me?
Beery. That would be Beery.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to take one of these sharp objects.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to look at Beery, and I say, I go low, you go high. And I take the sharp object and I stab it into the guy's foot, hopefully pinning him.
Oh.
So that my ally can push him off the table.
Okay. Great.
Perfect.
All right. So.
Amazing.
This is going to be a contested athletics roll because he is going to attempt to force push you back. So go ahead and give me an athletics roll to grab this item, this very sharp, just like thing, and we'll see who rolls higher. Okay.
So I add my D6s, right?
You do add your D6s,
Okay.
yes, for athletics.
Right. That is a 9 plus 5 plus 6.
That is 9 plus 5 plus 6 is 20.
Okay.
He rolled a 21.
Oh no!
Fair.
Fury,
Oh,
Justin, you watch as his hand shoots out as you try and do this, and you two are both pushed back off of the table, and that's the secondary or that's your main action rather. So he is going to use his main action now to walk forward to you and pull out a giant Morgul blade, bigger than anything you have ever seen, two-handed. And he is going to attempt to attack you, Halberad, as his main action.
Fair.
One less D6.
One less.
Protecting him.
Oh, okay.
Got you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little dwarf by your legs. Just like, ah!
He did hit his target number, I'm afraid.
Fair enough.
No.
So, Ragged Captured Man, you now take 5 points of damage.
That's not bad.
Okay. I'm now going to need to make a luck roll, which, because it doesn't exist as a mechanic in this game, is just a straight D12. Ooh, you got very lucky there on something I haven't told you about yet. All right, Beery, you're up.
oh God.
What was that?
I'll let you know if it works.
Okay, all right. So he shoved us back, right? Imagine like Beery just kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. How close am I to the table behind me?
You're right back up against it.
Okay. Seeing that his shins are like gonna catch on fire.
Mm-hmm.
There's liquids and bottles and things.
Yeah, vials of just things you have no idea. So yeah, you would absolutely be able to just grab this, sniff this, and throw it if you want.
Yeah, after getting force pushed backwards, he's gonna grind his his boots across the floor, holding his shield up, and turn around and seeing the bottles right behind him. Probably only has time for like grabbing one, huh?
You can probably only grab one.
Grab one, sniff test it. Does it smell flammable?
Roll a d6. When I tell you I have this whole battle planned out, I have what's in the potions.
3.
Middle
Middle
of the road? Yeah, this smells flammable to you.
Just hucking it.
All right.
Smells flammable.
Go ahead and make an athletics check. And because he is so close to you, I'll allow you to do it with advantage.
Oh boy. Okay.
Because he's currently engaged with Justin's character.
Here we go, guys. Oh no! It's not his cup of tea.
Darn.
It is not a success.
You miss your target number, so you quick throw the bottle. It just goes wide. You miss on all of this. Would you like to do anything for your secondary action?
Is he? I hope he's close enough to this raggedy guy. Also protecting him.
You are if you want to still do the protect combat, absolutely, yeah.
Trying to do a little bit of a shield wall kind of a situation.
Sure. You're both technically engaged in combat with him, but he just went after Justin's character first.
Perfect.
Tanel, you are up.
right. Do I need to use an action to call anything out, or can I yell out?
You can yell out.
Okay. As I'm sort of notching an arrow, I'm going to yell out, "Good sir, might you know how to defeat this thing?" Calling to your character, Justin.
Justin's character, you have
Yes.
a chance to respond.
Hit it! One time! Hit it!
Fair enough. And she'll draw back and fire.
Love it.
Excellent.
Yes, I've had coffee yet.
Oh. Go ahead and make an attack roll then, if you'd
Is
like.
it still at disadvantage or?
No,
okay.
he's full on in the room now. You're rolling normally.
Please, for the love of God.
Come on, Janelle, you got this.
Gandalf.
Oh, that is an instant success.
And then also a 6 on the die.
A 6. So because you
Whoa.
are using a bow, you have the ability to get an extra bit of piercing damage, which is an extra d6. So you hit your target number with the bow, and that means he is down 3 more points of damage.
Yes.
All right. And you roll a d6. How much
All
damage
right.
has he taken?
All right, let me see. Oh, that jumped. 6.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
You
My luck
watch.
is turning around.
Here we go.
You watch as another arrow thunk, hits him right in the chest, kind of where that sword that is still stuck there still is. Again, no blood seeping out, but it does seem to kind of like catch him by surprise a little bit. He is going to use his reaction at the end of your turn to take out a quick vial from in the robes, slather it onto his sword, and prepare to attack. Halloweth, you're up.
Oh, fun.
I hate that.
The hell?
Yeah. I'm gonna take a gamble and dip the next arrow into a vial, one of the vials. I don't know what one.
Okay.
We'll find out.
Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Okay, one of the just one of the vials.
Just a regular attack roll, and they'll have you roll a d6 afterwards.
Oh boy, I got a 6 on one of them, one of the d6.
Okay.
I get a total. Oh, bloody hell. A total of 23, which is like 11 over my
Yes, it is.
target. number.
Yes.
Okay, so you so do me a favor, roll 1d6 for what type of damage this is going to be, and another d6 for how much extra damage this is going to be. Oh man.
Okay.
Man, welcome to the Thunderdome bathrobe.
I rolled
Yeah.
It is a one type of damage, and there's 4 of it.
4 damage. Okay, so he takes 3 damage from your bow, then an extra 3. You said an extra 1 damage.
So I rolled a 1 for what type of damage it is,
Okay.
and a 4 for.
Got it. Okay, so he is now down to as little blood as there is. When this arrow sinks into him, you watch as and his skin in the sword hand, even though there's gloves on it, you see just the pale flesh-colored tones starts to go just slightly more pale, almost to a gray, very quickly. You are also lucky enough that he is still on fire, so he's going to roll another d6 and take 3 more points of damage. Oh my god.
Nice.
All right. Justin, you're up.
Okay, so am I on the table or did he push
No,
us
you
off?
two have both been pushed back to the other table. You're currently engaged in battle with him.
Is he on the table still?
No, he has jumped down. He is full on attacking you.
What is around me? Anything I could throw? Anything?
Behind you are a table full of vials. There are some sharp objects on that table. Yeah.
I'm gonna tackle him. Bum rush.
Okay.
Get 'em!
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make an athletics check for me. All you have to do is beat your target number.
Oh, come on, buddy.
Plus 2 dots. It's 2d6.
Mm-hmm.
This is payback.
Actually, you know what? He is currently in the I've been rolling with the 3d6 because he was in the forward position. Go ahead and roll it with an extra d6 because that's how forward works. He gets that disadvantage against you.
Okay, so for the d12, I rolled a 6. And for the d6s, I rolled a 5, a 3, and a 6.
So you hit your target number.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Gravity, man, you full on no weapon in hand because you threw the sword. You grab him and just bear tackle him. The three of you watch as these two just like almost like a cartoon hit the ground, 90-degree fall. You do have a secondary action. Would you like to say anything while this is happening?
Can I grab his sword that he did?
You can make it so because the way physics works, the sword came out of his body and is now clattered on the floor. So I will say you can use your secondary action to grab the weapon, but you couldn't attack.
I'm gonna grab it. I don't want him to have it. I want to grab it.
You go ahead and grab the sword. He is now going to go ahead and use one of his other legendary actions because of what you just did. Although he will be rolling with no, because he's going after you, so he'll be able to do this. So the protect thing, this wouldn't be considered a combat thing. This is just Yeah, you're stuck there. All right. Oh, he does not succeed. Okay, the three of you watch as this red-robed man grabs this man's face and lets out this guttural shriek. But Justin, you feel no effect, as if you're able to somehow resist this magic. Beery, you're up.
I mean, just seeing this dude just lay out a straight up decleat this red rope guy. Would it be like a speaking action just to like toss him? No, it'd probably be an action.
Hit it! Stab him! Hit him!
Oh, I know. I want to make sure. Wait, you have the sword, don't?
He has the sword. Yeah.
He has the sword. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. He's gonna drop his hand hammer and his shield to the side and begin to put together his the anvil hammer, pretty much connecting the handle to the hammerhead itself.
Okay, so I will say you this is gonna take your action, so you're ready for it next time. This big two-handed mace. So you've got this huge anvil that clamps on to the spike, and you're ready for it. Would you like to take a secondary action? It wouldn't be an attack, but it could be something else you'd like to do.
Can he just with his foot slide just his extra hammer towards him, scrapping on the ground just in case he needs it? Would that be enough just to kind of kick it over?
So he is already clutching the sword in one hand and has bear tackled this guy. So
just trying to get it near him just in case.
Yeah, you can get near him, but there would only be that weapon would be near you.
Just in case he throws it again. I don't know. I just want to make sure he's got all the tools at his disposal.
I love it. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll be with you in a second. And he's just like got a ratchet and he's got tools. He's putting this thing together.
Tanel, you're up.
Great. Okay. Now that he's on the floor, she is gonna just still rearward, move around so that she can see this terrifying form's head at least, and pull back and aim for his head, for what she would assume would be his face.
Yeah, where the cloak is in the very Nazgul style. Yes. You can't see his face, but it's still blocked.
Correct,
yeah, because he is prone. Usually I would say this is disadvantage, but because another body is on top of him, I'll say you're just going to roll regularly for this.
Okay, perfect. Let me pull my stuff up. Okay, please. I've been doing really well, so I hope my dice don't betray me. Okay, good. All right. Oh, yeah, 21.
21.
So that totally, yeah.
Nice.
Tanel, you bring the arrow back.
Like very slide.
Yeah. Very, very Tario-like. Slide.
Nice.
You watch as the arrow goes into the cloth of the head, but the body is still moving. This was not a kill shot like you wanted it to be. Halloweth, you're up.
God.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna dip my arrow in that same potion, which I did before. Another one. I'm gonna jump onto the table and just aim down into the mask and try and just do a bit, Legolas or with a cave troll / Oliphant style.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Love it.
Do it. All right, regular attack roll on this one.
Okay. I got a 6 with one of my d6. And I beat my target number. Yes.
All right, cool. So go ahead and roll 1d6 to see how much extra damage you do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, both. Yeah, I roll. Oh, sorry, I rolled 2. Oops. Rolled 2.
You rolled a 2. All right, so he takes an additional 2 damage, and you said you dipped it into that same one.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So mechanically, it doesn't really matter. So I'm just gonna tell you that was poison. So because Justin, you tackled him, the fire that was on him went out, so he's no longer taking fire damage. However, he is going to take another potentially an additional 5 poison damage that round. Good Lord, I had so much cool stuff. You guys are rolling crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and say he's going to use another one of his secondary actions.
Yeah, there we go.
And he's going to attempt to...
Oh, no.
All right, so...
It's not a good sign.
With the one...
But I don't like pauses.
No.
With the one hand, Justin, that your character has out, he is able to bring his other hand out because it was trying to grab your face, but he's not going to go after your face anymore. Instead, he's going to point it towards the doorway and start muttering, Ankuru minara, ekurimimira. Y'all are on the second floor. You start hearing noises on the first floor.
Oh, no.
Wait, like downstairs?
Downstairs on the first floor. You were previously
the
at.
ice thing? The ice wraith?
Yeah, where the ice drake was. The bones
Ice
of the
drake.
ice drake was.
Oh, good.
So, do I know how close this person is to death?
You get the sense that you have put a decent amount of damage onto him, and he has not done a decent amount of damage to you. I mean, to you specifically, he's attacked, but like he's not looking great.
So, do I get a sense of how sensitive the crystals are?
You've been close enough to it that I will say, yeah, you probably understand better than anyone else here how the crystals would work.
Would a enchanted sword thrown at them break them?
Give me a lore check here, and I won't make this your action. I'll just do this as like something happening in your mind's eye.
Okay, that is 2 dots. So that's 2d6. So d12, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the target number for that?
That would be your wit, I believe. Whatever the third one is.
Third one, so that's a 12. Okay.
Yeah.
That is a 2 plus a 3 plus a 5.
You think it's like it's a long shot? Probably not though.
Well, I'm gonna take the sword and I'm gonna shove it in his face.
Okay, cool. So you are still technically on top of this guy. Would you like to get up, or are you attempting to like take the sword and just like almost ground and pound from MMA on top of him?
No, Halberd is I guess he's a tabletop, so I'm just gonna, put the sword right through his face. You know
Amazing.
Warrior, nice.
Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay, so it's turn number 12. Okay. 2 dots, 2d6. That is 11 plus 1 plus 5, so that is a 17. And that does beat my target number.
That hits. You grab Hallowith's sword and stick it in this guy's face. The body.
No, it was the.
I'm sorry.
It was the sword that he conjured, right?
Oh, you grabbed his sword.
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, my mistake. All right, you grab this two-handed sword and it's big, but you stick it in his face. Body keeps moving though, still writhing on the ground, but it is not looking good. All right. So at the end of your turn, he's going to go ahead and use Dominate.
Anybody else hear that? Dominate?
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Oh, I said that out loud. I'm sorry.
Oh God.
What?
Beery.
Oh, perfect. He's over there with a ratchet.
As you are putting together all of these contraptions, you don't notice that the hand that was out by the door very quickly goes over to you and in your direction. Your whole world goes black. You cannot see anything other than your own body. Same sort of deal like the upside down from Stranger Things. You hear footsteps behind you.
Turn to face it. Hello?
There is a dwarf that looks surprisingly like you. He looks at you and goes, "You will never outlive my legacy," and bursts into flames. Your whole vision goes black. Beery, we're skipping your turn because that was a successful roll. Tanel, you're up.
Oh god, that's horrible.
Emotional damage. Damn it.
Yep. Okay, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. She's gonna fire another arrow.
Go for it.
At his face. All right. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh. Okay.
Oh, that was terrible.
I just hit my target number.
Just
14,
hit the target
14.
number.
Yes.
Without another arrow, sinks it into the guy's head. Body is still moving.
This is dreadful!
The
Halloweth,
visual
you're
image
up.
of both me and Tanel just shooting arrows repeatedly into this thing's face while it just rides on the ground is
You're
rather
up.
amusing. Okay.
Actually, wait. Before you go, Tanel, you feel the ground beneath you begin to shake, and you hear, "Thum, thum, thum, thum." Halloweth, now you're up.
Oh, good.
God.
I'm gonna dispense with the bow for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick my own sword up from the ground this time.
Are you gonna cut off his hand again?
Oh,
3 for
that's
3,
temptation.
baby. 3 for
Ooh.
3.
That would be funny. That would be funny. Ooh. No. You know what? I'm gonna dip it in mystery. I'm gonna dip it in a random other vial.
Okay.
The
So you
vial.
wouldn't be able to dip. You would have to slather your sword in it.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'll slather.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Slather
So
the
that would
sword.
be considered your secondary action, and then your main
Cool.
action would be to attack. So go ahead
Excellent.
and roll a d6, or excuse me, roll to see if you hit.
Okay. I do hit.
You do
Yes.
hit. All right, cool. Roll me a. Actually, I'll roll the d6.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. So you slather it on. No idea what it is.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna go for the hand. I'm gonna go for a hand. I'm gonna try. It's gonna be his sword hand, his
Please.
dominant hand.
Mhm,
I'm assuming he's a righty. And try and just have a good old swoosh and then.
A
You.
little swish and flick.
Yeah.
A swish
yeah.
and flick.
So
Mm.
Beery. Oh, never mind. You can't see any of this. Tanel, you watch as this thing who is just still grappled but somehow still able to move, who is pointing towards Beery. You watch as Halloweth just thunk, gone, and his casting arm falls to the ground. That is going to trigger something else.
Oh, no.
What?
It was
I had
a
a-
He
trap.
knew
I
you
had
were
a
gonna get the
feeling
hand.
you were gonna
did
do
you want?
this.
You lured me into something which could have been funny. Now it's just gonna be terrible.
Oh dear.
It's gonna be
Halloweth.
good. It's gonna be good.
Oh, what?
As soon as your blade makes contact with the arm, your vision goes black. And then things start to turn green. And there is grass and trees around
I
you.
like
And
grass.
you are on a small dais. And in front of you are dozens of elves. And you're in Lothlorien again. And they're applauding. And you look over to your right, and there's Galadriel. And she's looking at you, and you're looking at her, and it's this wonderful moment. And she says, "Thank you for saving our home," and gives you a quick kiss on the cheek. And she says, "Thank goodness you were able to use the rings." And you glance down, and 2 of the elven rings of power are on your hand. And you look back up at Galadriel to thank her, and her eyes are completely black. Your vision goes black again. Halbarad, you're up.
Okay, so what position am I in?
You are currently kneeling over this thing with your his own sword in his face.
Okay. How would that change if I change to the open stance?
You would have to back up and change your stance and use your movement to back up. You would no longer be on top of him.
I would like to switch to the open stance.
Okay.
And use my royalty revealed ability.
Mm-hmm.
That is, your king belongs to the blood and kings, but they blah, 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 blah. Once per combat, once you fight in the open stance, you may attempt the rally comrades combat task as a secondary action. Additionally, all members of the company you included are inspired on all of their roles in the following round.
Okay, excellent. So that would
awesome.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, it is.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so you use that action. From a roleplay perspective, what do you say to rally these newfound battle?
So
friends?
I just stabbed the sword and
Mhm.
realized it's not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I look to the group, realizing that I can't do this by myself. And then I look to the dwarf who's like, screwing in his hammer, and I say, "Are you done screwing around? Are you ready to end this fight?" I would like to take the sword. So that was my secondary action, right?
So you can use. I think you can use the abilities as that
Okay.
secondary action. That's
Mhm.
your yeah.
So I haven't used my main action, right?
You have not. No.
So I want to take that long sword,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to try and strike the crystal as hard as I can.
Okay. So you would need to use your main action to move over to the crystal
Yeah.
and slice it and just jam it into it. Okay. Yes.
Oh my god.
I need you to make an attack roll
Okay.
with disadvantage.
Great. Okay.
Justin.
Disadvantage. Okay. So I would add my sword abilities, whatever.
Mhm.
So that's 3 dots in the combat proficiencies. Right?
Yes. So you would roll 1d12. I'm sorry. You would roll 2d12, take the lesser of those 12, and 3d6s.
Okay. What could possibly go wrong? Okay.
Come on.
That is a 4 and a 6 for the D12. So it's a 4.
Okay.
Okay.
And a 5, a 4, and a 3. That is 8
That's
plus
16.
3.
Yeah,
16.
16. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And my target number is a 12.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yes.
You take the sword
Yes.
and thunk. Amazingly enough, using this guy's sword, a chunk of the top, because obviously you're not trying to kill the two people inside, the chunk off the top thunk, comes off, and that'll be your action. So because you got off, he is now going to use his reaction at the end of your turn. Beery, you are still stuck in the blackness, and Halloweth, you are still stuck in the blackness. So you
We're still
both
stuck.
you're still
Oh.
stuck. You hear
I didn't
his
inspire
words.
them?
You
Oh,
did, but they're gonna have to make. So hang on, because I've prepared for this.
man.
Oh,
You
dear.
both take 5 points of damage, and
Oh
now
god.
I need you both to roll a d12 for me and just tell me what you get.
Oh, okay.
I got a 6.
Okay.
Gandalf.
Nice.
All right. So, Beery, you hear this inspirational voice of this newfound friend, and your vision suddenly comes back to you. And oddly enough, it is. Oh no, it's not your turn. Excuse me. It's Mordreth's turn. Halloweth, you are still in the blackness. So Mordreth is going to go ahead and pick up the axe that you started to kick over to this other guy and use it against you, Beery. So Beery.
Oh, his own hammer.
No. You kicked over the axe that you were using, and so Mordreth is going to go ahead and pick it up.
All right.
Beery, you take an additional 5 points of damage.
Oof. Okay.
Okay. So you watch as this, you're trying to put it together. You've just come through and your vision just went dark, and all of a sudden, you feel, despite all of the armor that you're wearing, a very heavy blow to your chest. He is now going to take a moment and try and grab you in the face.
I should have that axe. Damn.
Yeah, you're gonna take an additional.
We pissed him off, guys.
3 points of damage. 3 points of damage, and oh, as he grabs you by the face, your vision stays within this realm.
Oh no!
At the end of that reaction, Halloweth, you watch as the arrow-filled face, who was once peering down at Beery a moment ago, looks over at you and goes, "Give them to me." And he is going to quick use yet another action to come up to be engaged in combat with you, Halloweth. So you are no longer in the rearward position to Nell. Or excuse me, Beery. Beery, you are up.
Can I see? Do I need to roll another d12?
No, you can see. You can see.
Oh my god! And did I hear the Raggedy Man's inspiring
You did.
yop?
Yes,
I love
you
it.
did.
Okay. After seeing what he saw and being prodded so emotionally, and now he's feeling the pain kind of racking through his body. He's going to. He's pissed, and now he's got his hammer together. He's gonna say Baruch Kazad and go to town.
Go for
He's
it.
gonna swing with everything he's got. Does that mean he's gonna be in the forward?
So you would, in this case, you would be just in the regular open
Just
position.
open.
Yeah.
Perfect. Am I still technically inspired by the speech?
You are.
Here we go, buddy. Here we go. Okay. What the hell am I even doing? Okay, here we go. Okay, it's a yard sale. Okay. Okay, definitely hit my target number, and I got a 6.
You got a 6. So are you
Yeah.
hitting with the flat side or the sharp side?
He's so pissed off right now. He's definitely hitting horn first.
Cool. So you very quickly thunk, sink this huge anvil hammer with the sharp end into his back. And as it's approaching Halloweth, you watch. Halloweth, you watch as the remaining hand reaches out towards you, and quick as a flash, is going to make an attempt to grab the bag on your belt that contains Gandalf's hand.
Oh
Please
my
hold.
god.
No,
Oh
not the
my
Infinity
God.
Gauntlet.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
8. Done.
Yeah.
Bag
There we go.
containing.
You,
Oh, right.
Oh,
We have
explain this
a lot
now.
to catch up on.
may I?
Yes, go right
Yeah,
ahead.
go.
Yes, please.
Justin, my players have now found or obtained 2 of the Elven Rings of Power, one from Elrond, whom they cut off the hand of, and one of Gandalf, whom Halloweth also cut the hand off of. In a fit of what I can only assume is madness, Halloweth decided to take the petrified hand of Gandalf that still had the ring on it, because they didn't want to touch the ring, and just put the other Elven ring on the hand, like the Infinity Gauntlet from Marvel. And so inside this bag that is attached to his body is the hand, the withering hand of Gandalf with 2 of the Elven rings on it. And I guess that this force of evil is able to sense them, because he is going to very quickly. Oh, hang on. I already rolled. That was a success. You watch as
Oh my.
the matlock sinks in by the sharp end to his back, but he grabs it off of you, Halloweth, and now holds the bag in his hand. He is then going to use his shriek ability.
Oh dear God.
Oh no.
It was a good idea until this exact moment.
Yeah. We gotta
You-
separate them.
You all have disadvantage on your next throws. Tanel, you're up.
Okay, so the inspiration was going to give me advantage, right? But now
Yes.
I have disadvantage, so I'm rolling.
So you roll
straight. Great. Still
You got
horrified.
this. You
Yeah,
got
horrified just by what just happened. She's just still firing arrows. Like this is the only thing she knows what to do. And hoping that it still works. Gandalf. On the tie.
Amazing.
Good work.
What are you doing then?
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm going to just want picture evidence. She's going to like almost at this point inspired and now through her own fear of hearing this terrible thing rumbling underneath her, just pull back, and she's going to try to basically fire right next to the arrow that's currently through his head.
Cool.
And just release.
You watch as thunk, the arrow sinks into his head with the sharp end of the mattock in its back and the arrow thunk in its head with the elven rings of power in the bag in its hand. Halloweth, standing in front of you, you watch as what seems to be some sort of magical blackness of conjuration that blocks whatever would show his face fades. And you see a human face with a jagged scar all the way down the right side of his face, from below the eye, down the cheek, down the neck, and then across the neck. His eyes, completely black, fade to a light green. He looks at you and goes, "Thank you." Thunk, falls to his knees, thunk, falls into your body and off to the side. Dead. And that is where we're going to take our quick 5-minute break.
All right, let me write
Folks
some
in the
notes
chat,
down.
keep an eye out. There will be a link where you can enter to win a copy of the digital version of the One Ring book set. We'll see you all in a moment. And welcome back. When we left off 5 minutes ago, the party had just defeated Mordreth, the steward of Angmar. You all watched as the blackness that had blocked his face in some sort of veil fell. And in front of you stands Halloweth, what seems to you like a human in black robes, or excuse me, in red robes.
Can I make a lore check to see if I would recognize him?
Yes, you may.
Cool. Alrighty. Yes, I beat my target number.
Halloweth, as this veil of darkness falls from this man's face, you see the scar, you see the facial structure, you recognize the facial structure, you recognize images of paintings from your previous dealings with the Dunedain, of your travels to Gondor through the many years. This is Earnor, the last king of Gondor that broke the line of kings. He is the reason that Gondor has been run by stewards for nearly the last 1,000 years. You think back to the time and you realize that he's been here a while. In the Third Age year 2050, Earnor, 33rd king of Gondor, rode with an escort of his knights to Angmar to challenge the Witch King to single combat. He entered the fortress and was never seen again. All of this comes back to you the instant the darkness falls and you watch as the last king of Gondor falls dead to the ground. We are out of combat, and none of you know what Halloweth just discovered. Halloweth, what are you doing?
I kneel down. I a kind of a look of like the sudden light bulb of recognition, and just stunned. This guy has not been seen in thousands of years. This is huge. This news will bring. So I have to go back and tell the elves, men, people have to know that this is what happened. I sweep off the table to make it clear, it's make way, and put him, like basically lift him up and put him in a more respectful position on the table, arms folded across his chest. And I say, this is Earnor, the last king of Gondor.
I mean, that's nice. Hammer looks, and all of a sudden looks to the Raggedy Man and reaches out up a hand for like a proper, like kind of dwarven style handshake. And now that was excellent form.
The job isn't done. Now take that hammer on the crystal now.
I mean, okay, let's give it a test and give it kind of like overhead. The centrifugal striker gets moving and goes for it.
All right. So in this case,
sorry, Hollywood.
I'm just like, dwarves. No respect.
Oh my god.
Just from a mechanical standpoint, real quick, Halloweth.
Mm-hmm.
The bag with Gandalf's hand and 2 of the elven rings are still clutched in his hand.
Oh, as I folded his hands gracefully over his chest, I take that back.
I shouldn't remind you of that, and you should have just left them there just in case you didn't remember. But I feel like
that would have. No, I mean, I would have remembered at some point, I think, but just not immediately.
Sure, you would have. All right, so Beery, you go and thwack this crystal. Go ahead and roll a d12 for me.
You got it.
This is not
plus
straight.
anything, just
No, this is just straight up
5.
For as much force as this new hammer could bring to attacking an enemy, has no effect on the crystal.
You just kind of just kind of vibrates away from it a little bit.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah, like his molars are a little bit loose now. It's gonna take a bit more than this. As he kind of starts disassembling it.
You're right. Give it to me. Take the hammer.
Roll a d12 for me,
Oh my
Raggedy
God.
Man.
Okay.
But gentle.
So, do I have a sword or axe or nothing?
No, you have you don't. Or no, how much proficiency do you have in? No, actually, sorry, because we're out of combat. Raggedy Man, you would just roll a d12.
All right.
We've got to learn your name.
I tried to introduce myself.
That's a 4.
That's a 4. No effect.
Give me that. And tries to like yank it back. And
you grab it out of you grab it out of his hand.
Anyways, I'm Barry. He's holding it now, like very defensively. Who are you?
I would like to walk up to Barry and kind of like gunk. I'm thirsty. And I would like to look on the table for something to drink, water, like ale, something.
The only thing you see on the only remaining table is vials, shattered, some full, but nothing looks like water in here.
Do I have a water skin of some kind?
Yep, you do.
Tanel just hands it to him, like no words, just kind of shocked. Just
I drink all of, and you guys awkwardly wait for like a good 5 minutes as I drink the whole thing.
Well, then while he's doing that, I'm listening for the thing downstairs.
Do you go investigate or are you just listening?
I'm gonna go to the door and just put my ear like out into the hallway and kind of look and listen.
As you peer out into the doorway, about halfway up the steps, lie the broken remains of bones with no corporeal form or anything. It looks as if whatever was holding them together has fallen down and the spell is broken.
Tanel just like puts her back against like the door and just goes, thank God, and walks back in to the room.
I don't usually give away mechanical secrets. You were one turn away from having to deal with that thing.
I figured.
One turn. I was so close. Beery, I was going for you. You were the closest to the door. It was gonna but
oh dear God.
Nice shooting, all of you. I hate it. Anyway, carry on with
you
your
did a
roleplay.
number on Beery.
Tanel walks up to the man who is now drinking every last bit of water out of her water skin. And she says, I don't believe your name is actually thirsty. I am Tanel of Lothlorien. And you?
Halberd of the Dunedain.
Thank you.
Now, which one of you is gonna break this crystal?
Tanel actually turns and looks at Beery.
And he's just like, give me a second. And he's going to scurry over. He's disassembled his hammer. Now it's kind of like he has it kind of packed away to where it's like all kind of on the center of his gravity, so it's not just in one spot. And he's going to drop, like, he's got a headband with like a bunch of lenses, drop down a lens and begin to like go over all the different bottles for different alchemical combinations that he can maybe try and science a little bit.
Yeah, let's do some science, shall we? Beery, go ahead and make a craft check for me.
Oh, gladly. We're gonna make it rain, Copper.
Dog.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. So it's not a Gandalf, but it rolled a 6 with like the little crit.
Yep. So that's a little bit of extra oomph to it.
Yeah, so 28.
Beery, having a little bit more time now that you're not in combat, you can take a look, a sniff, and just kind of feel about what's around this room, what's on the table, the vials on the shelves. Eventually, after about 5 minutes, you realize some of these are acidic. And you feel like with the right combination, you can kind of mix them together based on, the stuff you use in the forge and feel like, all right, I could probably do this. That would be enough to at least be some sort of lather on a kind of weapon that could be able to potentially cut through almost like a hot knife through butter.
Okay. Perfect. You start trying to he's not going to use all of it because he can use maybe a little bit for later.
Sure.
Trying to make this a bit of a concoction, and we've got tons and tons of tools on him. So maybe on the end of a chisel, so that he can start kind of chipping, or at least hold the chisel so that somebody else can strike.
Sure.
Maybe use some teamwork if we can.
I will say, so Halwith, Tanel, Raggedy Man, are you all sort of joining him in all of this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. We know your name now. You're Halbarad.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Force of habit. So Halbarad, Halwith, Tanel, the three of you watch Beery work for a few minutes. He slathers some of it on each of your weapons, and you very gingerly start carving away at the crystal. And it takes you another, 5-10 minutes just to get it around their bodies. And the closer you get to their bodies to sort of carve away the excess, you watch as it starts to shatter, and you can kind of see their bodies kind of start to jerk shakily as they are somehow able to. The closer you get, though, you notice that one of the men is missing a leg. And after a few minutes, you watch as you continually cut through this. After a moment, there is this force that seems to come from inside the crystal, and
oh God.
It hits you all, but it doesn't hurt. It shatters into these very tiny pieces, and these two men fall to the ground. One of them is unconscious. The other tries to pick himself up and goes, "Thank you. I am Alatar. You may know me as the Blue Wizard. Tell me, what year is it?"
3018 of the Third Age.
Who are all of you? And tell me, what has become of Saruman? Beery, you are the only one that probably would not understand what is happening.
Yeah, so still holding the hammer and chisel that's kind of like, sizzling and steaming from like the I don't know, the acidic concoction. About that, and just kind of like tries to like pull Haloweth over, and you're up.
Haloweth,
Yes.
you don't need a lore check for this.
No.
Based on what Halbarad said before, these are the two blue wizards, Alatar and Palando, that came with Gandalf, Saruman, and Radagast to Middle-earth to try and overthrow Sauron, or at least help the peoples of Middle-earth to do so. But he's asking about Saruman. You're up.
Yes. I would know about Saruman's betrayal. I
You would.
assume. Has that happened? Okay, cool. My lords, it is good to see you indeed again. I can't believe that you're here. Saruman.
Pleasantries aside, get to the point, boy.
Saruman has betrayed the good people of Middle-earth.
Yes, we knew that 1,000 years ago, my boy. Keep talking.
He is in Isengard. He has recruited orcs. The Foundgorn has been ripped apart. He is in his tower now, constructing armies, being Sauron's puppet. He's essentially a right-hand man, barring the Witch King. He has fallen deeply into madness.
You watch as his eyes close. Has the One Ring been found?
Indeed, it has.
Sauron has it then.
Not quite. You know, I assume, of Gwahir, the Wind Lord.
Yes, they are the servants of Manwe, Valar of Aman.
They, too, fell under the power, evil, and corruption of the One Ring. Currently, it lies with Gwahir. He is more dangerous and powerful than any of us could ever have imagined. Great. Terrible, but great.
You watch as his face, I got that Harry Potter reference, I'm ignoring it. This is a very serious moment.
Crossing fandoms.
You watch as he's trying to pick himself up and he's in the seated position and his back just falls against the wall. Then we have failed. We were sent here by the lesser gods. Manwe instructed us to help the free peoples of Middle-earth. Saruman captured us as we were in the east, attempting to help the Haradrim. We failed. We failed. And he just kind of gives this forlorn look. His head hits the back of the wall, and he stares out into the distance.
Fail. Fails.
Sir,
These are Maya. Have some respect.
Oh, high respect. I would like to go to the closet and get my stuff.
You walk up to the closet, break off the lock, grab your axe, grab your sword, grab your jacket, throw it over you, and you hear the wizard speak up. Yes, failed.
The war is just starting, my friend. Get up. Come on. There's the other one. Does he need help walking? Come
He
on.
looks over to his friend and goes, yes, as a matter of fact, he does. As you can see, he has no legs and he has no tongue. Not that you would have known that if you
It's
had
okay.
It was
checked.
one leg.
Oh, I'm sorry,
I
it
have
is one
two
leg. Yeah, no, that was
Okay.
I have
Yeah,
two
no, sorry.
arms. Come on.
I like this guy.
You're just gonna stand there. Come on. The
Tanel's
war
gonna.
is just beginning. We can't
Yeah.
fail if it hasn't even started yet. Let's go. Come on.
I lean over to Tanel and just like, it appears we have recruited 2 brutes.
Do I hear that?
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
It
you
was,
do.
it was spoken softly.
Or rather, would you like to say it in Elvish?
Yes.
That
Yeah,
might be
okay.
the better option.
Do I speak Elvish?
You know what?
Oh, you might.
Yeah, yeah, you might.
There's no
No,
luck check in these. Roll a d12. Let's see how lucky you are right now.
Oh boy.
Elvish.
Or would it be
Aragorn was
insight
raised in
to hear a
Rivendell. If you
whisper?
weren't raised in Rivendell, like,
Mhm.
That is
Would
a
you
10.
roll? That's a 10.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you recognize the word for brute in Elvish. You kind of get a sense of what they're talking
Oh,
about.
Amazing.
Uh-oh.
Tanel does look
I'm-
at.
Go ahead.
As Tanel is going to look at Halloweth for a second and then turn to Halberet and say, much has changed over the past short while, and I would like to inform you so that you are at least prepared for the changes that have happened. And it might not be the best idea to brazenly go forward.
Forward is the only direction. I would like to look at the guy who called me a brute.
Halloweth, yes.
I would like to walk up to him.
how tall? Sorry, how tall is Halberet?
You're about the same height.
Okay.
At this point, Beery has a bowl of popcorn.
With a wizard in my hand. Go ahead. Say it again.
I say the word
You willing to risk your life for that word? Say it 3 times. One more. Go ahead. You gonna bet your life on it? Gonna get your sword? Oh wait, I threw your sword. Go ahead. Say it one more time.
Last I remembered, not 5 minutes ago, you were tied and gagged. I think I preferred you that way.
Tanel's gonna step between them.
Hey.
No, she's looking at Halloweth like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Oh.
But she just doesn't say anything. She just looks at him.
He doesn't appreciate his honor being tarnished by being squared up on.
It's fair.
Beery's gonna give him kind of a firm pat, like on the forearm. This is oh my gosh, Halbered. Hey, we're all, if we all gonna, begin this battle. I mean, I feel like friends is something that we all kind of need right now. We're all friends here.
You're funny. You're funny. I have all my stuff on and I have a blue wizard in my hands, right? I would like to lead them back to my camp.
Right.
Okay. There is a brief moment as you do an about face and head out the door. The rest of you hear a scuffle from behind, and you watch as Alatar stands up. He looks over at you, Halloweth, says, Melon, and walks out and follows him.
Okay, got jokes.
What are the three of you doing?
Following.
Beery probably didn't even realize he still has his big magnifying glasses down to look like a complete moron. He's gathering as much alchemical ingredients, potions, bottles, literally encumbering himself, looking as much as he can carry, with his stout dwarven frame, as much as he can carry.
All right,
coming out of here.
I will say, with the number of pockets you have, we'll go over it after the show. I'll say you grab as much as you possibly can, in terms of what these vials are, whether acidic or poisonous or flammable or whatever. Roll a d12.
Useful.
Yeah, roll me a d12 just so I can go back after the show and figure out what you bring.
I don't think there's ever been a more important d12.
Nice.
Okay. 6.
All right, cool. I'll make a note of that. All right. So you all spend the next 5 or so minutes picking yourself over the bones on the steps leading down to the first floor of the fortress of Angmar. Halbered, you are very gingerly sort of climbing over it with this other wizard behind you. As you all approach the front entrance, you all hear a shriek.
Oh shit.
Off in the distance. I need you all to make an awareness check for me, please.
Oh God.
Couldn't be that easy. We couldn't just go.
No, of course
We can just leave.
not.
We can never just leave.
Do you think I'm going to let you walk into Angmar?
I'm
Just
trying to go home.
I got a Gandalf.
Looking like Santa Claus with jinkling
bags full of bottles.
Just pretty much just something with feet. Just a mass of stuff with feet. Yeah, terrible failure. Total failure.
All right, but Halloweth, you rolled a Gandalf.
I did. Yes.
Tinel, Halberad.
16, so I beat my target number by 2.
Okay, Halberad.
That was hard math.
I rolled an 8, a 5, and a 4, which is 17, which beats my
your
target number. Yes.
Yep. Off into the distance, Halloweth, Tinel, Halberad, you watch in full daylight as what you know to be a fell beast off in the distance, up in the air with a rider, but it is not heading towards you. It is heading southeast.
No, that's towards either the Shire or that'd be towards the Shire. Or the
No,
Great
so
Ranger.
Shire is southwest. Southeast
Oh yeah,
would
hang on.
be
So that would
other
be
way.
yeah.
Towards
the-
Rivendell.
Yeah.
Towards Rivendell.
Mm.
No,
Rivendell
don't
would be
any
further
mountains.
south. It seems like they are headed towards the
and-
mountains right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
towards the mountains. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Is it more
So
like is it more like Lonely Mountain southeast or more like
Mhm.
Caradhras southeast?
it's unclear at this point,
Okay.
just based on your trajectory. All right. So you're all following Halbarad as he said he is taking you to his village. As you continue
And
to follow
Beery's the only
along-
one that did not see that.
Yeah,
Correct?
no, nothing.
Oh my
nothing.
God.
Can I say a
It's real
quick
nice, it's
thing?
fine.
Can I say a quick thing to Halloweth as we are walking?
Mhm.
Yeah. So Tanel sort of like pulls him behind just a little bit and says, "We are in their land, and we bring them grave news. I understand your pride, but please."
Give me.
Thank you. And she just kind of feels a little bit awkward for a second and then rushes forward and actually tries to catch up to Halbarad.
You can add one more fellowship point to the pool.
Oh shit!
Mhm.
Nice.
What
For
about-
everyone?
For everyone, yeah, all three. Yeah,
No!
when fellowship points get added now, everybody gets them.
Yay.
All right.
We're on 3, right?
You're on 5 right
Yeah,
now.
we're on 5.
Yeah. Which
Wow.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't use them to help each other out during this battle, but you are
I
certainly welcome.
completely forgot about
I
that.
did too. I was too scared.
I thought you might have. Yeah, it is fairly terrifying.
I'm trying
Um,
to remember how to use them.
You basically add 1d6 to another person's roll as a kind of inspiration.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah. So, Halbarad, you carrying this wizard, just walk. One does simply walk out of Angmar, as a matter of fact. And you start heading towards the village. While you are walking, because it'll probably take you the rest of the day, if not more, to get back to the to your homestead. Is there anything you all would like to talk about, or are you traveling in silence right now?
How long until we find the Orbor with the
Oh,
chariot?
he's you find him outside, no problem. He's
Perfect.
a couple hundred yards away. You pick him up, no problem. You
Load
do
up
have
the chariot
horses.
with all the goodies.
Yeah, you do have
Yeah.
horses.
Mhm.
But there are 3 horses and 4 people,
Mhm.
1 wizard,
5, 6.
and 1 unconscious wizard.
Tanel's gonna grab her horse and offer it and say, "We can place him on the horse so you don't have to carry him."
How does the wizard look? Like
The one in your
Yeah.
arms, the wounds on his legs seem to have healed enough that this injury probably happened a while ago. There is a little bit of blood still on his mouth, but he looks okay. Like he could probably handle it.
I would like to place the blue wizard gently on the horse. And I would like it to offer the horse if I can, to the other blue wizard.
It is not your horse, but you gesture over to the other horse anyway, and
Mhm.
Alatar kind of gives the 3 of you a look, still clearly shaken, right? Like he is not in his right mind, not in a good place to like talk to any of you. Just nods, gets up on the horse, and starts kind of riding off as he goes.
And we took the 2-handed Morgul blade, didn't we?
Yeah. So
We-
Halbrad
Someone
was
better
holding.
grab that thing.
Halbrad was holding it when he cut off that slice of the top of the
Yeah.
crystal. So yeah. So you
Nice.
all start making your way
Would that not have
towards.
disappeared like it does. Sorry, would that not have disappeared like it does?
It hasn't yet.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, big guy.
Amazing.
I mean, maybe I can take a look at that if we make camp anytime soon. I'm a bit of like a metallurgist in a way.
So we have 3 wizards.
Well, I mean, flatter me, why don't you? But yeah, I mean, a little bit.
Mm. So you're saying you got these guys out of the crystal that they couldn't get out of themselves.
Right now he's being toted on by a kind of almost like a big, like a potbelly pig, kind of like a warthog, in like a little chariot cart. And he's never been prouder in his entire life. As you say these things, just, well, I guess you're right.
I mean,
Just
come on.
chest is puffed out and he feels like Julius Caesar right now.
Most wizards, they have
Careful, there's no knives.
wood and potions. Ugh. You work with a metal wizard.
I like this guy.
Metal wizard. You know, I don't think I've ever met a wizard before. Have I met a wizard, Don? Or is this the first?
No, besides the two blue wizards who you tracked as you well, I'll get to your backstory later, potentially next episode, depending on how long we need to go.
Yay!
We'll get to that later.
So okay, so there's the blue wizards, a white wizard, a gray wizard, a brown wizard. You are metal wizard.
Hey, we're friends now, okay?
You have to earn my friendship.
I mean, I'm a wizard and all.
True.
Yeah. I would like to cast friends.
That spell does not exist in this universe.
Sorry.
Oh.
Excellent. Tanel is gonna sort of like whisper to Halibrid. He's going to force you to be his friend.
We're
But
friends
it's not
now. Yeah.
it's not so bad.
No force, just it will cost you something deep, personal to yourself. Do you have one of those?
I can do deep and personal. Yeah. Just give me some time. I'll workshop it.
I just needed the pint of ale. That's all I needed.
Oh, man. Well, that's easy.
Personal. Yeah, something
Actually.
close and personal.
If we go back to Rivendell, they've got this wine there that will absolutely knock your socks off.
I don't wear socks.
Oh. Oh my God. I mean, it's efficient. It's very efficient for taking your boots off. I appreciate that. But anyway, let's get something warm in our bellies and have a drink and let's tell some stories and get to know each other a little bit, huh?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll give you a chance. Go ahead.
All right. I only need one. I'm imagining this like eye to eye, but he's like in the cart bouncing around.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. The
Makes
boar
me so happy.
sort of trotting behind, the wizard just kind of like dead stare ahead as his entire life collapses around him. The two elves behind these two listening to the raucous conversation. Halloweth, Tanel, are you two talking as all of this debauchery goes down?
Tanel's just enjoying the conversation that's happening. Because
Halibut
she
is also enjoying it.
Tanel does kind of like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, he just needs them to know, just like there's not a brain cell between them.
Halloweth. Manners. We do have to give
For the
him.
lady of the wood, for the lady of the wood, for the lady of the wood,
Yes.
for the lady of the wood.
We have to give them terrible news. We might as well find some joy now.
Fine.
You all spend the rest of that day following Halbarad towards his homestead with the horses in the cart, and the way you're all walking, you manage to make it there by nightfall. And what you come upon is Halbarad's home, and it is less a village or anything you were expecting, and more a disheveled group of lean-tos and little shacks that don't quite seem like a village, but more a meeting place where there are just a few other humans glancing about. And you watch as you approach at nightfall. One of the other humans comes up to you, Halbrad, and goes, "Oh, thank goodness. We feared the worst. What happened?"
Got a little tied up. But I brought guests. Make sure that these compatriots feel at home.
Very well. And he runs quickly and just starts yelling, "Get the fire going, get food on the table, grab the ale."
Very important.
Thank you.
Did someone say ale?
They did.
Yeah. All right. I love this guy.
You all start gathering around this fire that one of the humans has started. The one wizard, Alatar, the conscious one, gets down off the horse, just kind of sits down, still dead in the eyes, can't quite seem to get it together. You pick the body of the other wizard and just kind of lay him down. You watch very briefly as Alatar looks down at his friend and puts a hand on his cheek and just starts just holding it. And you watch his lip start to quiver. As you're all sitting around this fire, they bring you food, they bring you water, they bring you ale. And the human that came up to Halbarad goes, "Well, guests usually bring news. Tell me, what has happened?"
Well, I got tied up. I mean, literally. I mean, went to do some investigating and I'm here. It's no big deal. No big deal. It's fine. It's fine. Totally fine. It's fine. But look, I point his head directly at the blue wizards. Allies. Do you know what this means?
He kind of, face in hands, just kind of goes, "We're fighting?" And he kind of,
Yes, we're fighting with wizards.
"This is good tidings, but..."
Yes, good tidings. Okay, I heard a story about a wizard. Come closer. A wizard that could turn into animals. Tell me, blue 1, blue 2, which one of you can turn into an animal? A bear. I love a bear.
You watch as the dead-eyed Alatar, holding the soup, having not taken a bite of it, looks up at you and goes, "None of us. We can change our form if we wish, but we took the forms of elderly men to gain your trust. I was once," looks down at his hands, old, wrinkled, withered, feels his face. "I was once quite handsome, but you, friend, brashness will get you nowhere. You have been loud. You have been abrasive. And you have completely ignored the news that your new friends bring us." And he glances over at you, Tanel, who hasn't said anything to him, looks over at you and goes, "Tell me, what has become of the wide world?"
As my compatriot told you, the Wind Lord has the ring. And Sauron is no more. It is just Gwaihir. He has taken the ring to Mordor. The ring was found originally and taken, was going to be taken to be destroyed, but Gwaihir intercepted it, basically.
Intercepted it from who?
A fellowship. And she turns and kind of looks at all the Dunedain and says, "Fellowship that Aragorn was a part of." He was supposed to ferry them to Mordor, to destroy that ring once and for all. But Gwaihir destroyed them. And I regret to inform all of you that Aragorn has fallen.
You're funny. Sorry. The heir to a sealed.
It's true.
Well done. You know, I haven't laughed like that in a long time.
I take out Gandalf's withered hand from the bag.
Does it have a ring on it?
It has 2 elven rings on
Two
it.
elven rings.
I would
As
like.
you-
Okay, I'm sorry. I would like every one of the Dunedain to draw their weapons on them.
Oh God!
Well, you wouldn't know it is Gandalf's hand. It is just a hand.
Would I
With-
know a ring of power when I saw one?
No, you
Oh,
would just
never
know
mind.
that they are shiny rings.
Eh,
Whoops.
Sorry, as
it's
much
a weird
as I
way
would...
to keep jewelry, I guess. Never mind.
Yes, it is. Halloweth, as you pull out the hand, Alatar, his eyes immediately shoot over to you, and he holds out his hand. Please.
This would corrupt even the most powerful of beings. I dare not give it to somebody who would use it for good or ill.
Why?
Windlord will know that you have it, and he will corrupt your mind. We have seen it twice.
Whose hand is that?
Mithrandi. Then was possessed, taken over by Shadow.
Dead.
Yes.
Dead.
You must forgive us that we only bring you sorrowful news.
Tears slip down his face. Is all hope lost then?
No.
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 He glances over at you, Halbarad, and goes, I fear your friend is dead as well.
That's not a funny joke.
I am not joking.
Then where's his hand? You didn't bring a sword back. Piece
Glances
of
over,
armor.
glances at the 3 of you. Alatar glances at the 3 of you.
He was
He was-
buried where he fell by Arwen Evenstar.
You let the heir of a sealed door be buried in a
You may
pauper's
go to-
grave.
you may visit his grave if you so wish to pay your respects. I understand this is hard to process.
Pay respects. I would like to have everyone in Dunedain suit up.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's go.
Is how we pay our respects.
Yeah. I like
I'd
this
to
guy.
look to the blue wizard.
Let's do it.
You done?
Tears still streaming down his eyes. He looks up at you and goes, We ride in the morning to war. And that's where we're going to end session
Yes!
5, the Unpredicted Party.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
That was so cinematic.
Join us on Patreon for the Unpredicted After Party, where we all get to chat about the last episode that just happened. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you all next time.
Oh my goodness.
And I will stop the recording there.
Oh my God.
Woo! God.